Hello, everyone. This is Archive of 12, and today we have a new Jinx song from HalaCG. This is her song for Arcane Season 2, which recently just ended last week. And oh my god, was it a big one? Like, if you thought the nerdcore community exploded with Arcane songs back then, you haven't seen anything yet. We already went through DPS's Jinx song, which was absolutely fantastic. I know Fable said that he has a song on the way. I thought it was releasing this week. I guess I was mistaken. So I'm eagerly awaiting to hear that one, because his previous Jinx song, Long Road Home, was a gut punch. So much so that I actually used that for a music video a couple years ago. So yeah, we're anticipating something very, very reminiscent of what happened last time, with a wave of new Arcane inspired songs. And I've got several of them queued up to react to in the next couple of days, and I'm very excited to do so. Link will be in the description below if you want to watch it without my commentary, because we'll be pausing it, we'll be talking about it. And also down below is a link to my Patreon, where I'm reacting to various animes. As of right now, it's just Dr. Stone and Gundam the Requiem for Vengeance, but I will be adding, I think, the poll. Hold on, let me pull it up. I put up a quiz instead of a poll the other day, and currently it's sitting at a perfect tie between Dungeon Meshi, Konosuba, Shangri-La Frontier, and Devil is a Part-Timer. So if you want to see reactions to those, they'll be over on my Patreon. I'm not sure which one of those I'll choose, since they're all literally tied. So if you guys want to help me with the tiebreaker, by all means. But getting back to the music, without further ado, let's get started. Okay.
Laugh in your nightmares, fall for the nest. Posters up, eyes buzz, nothing ever stays dead. The best feeling in the world, kid, what happens next? We'll show them all. Get out of my head! You're after me no matter what I do. Dead memories, I'm just a stain to you. You've turned a leaf, yeah, I'm sorry too. Go on, just do it, I'm glad that it's you.
Okay, so obviously there's some lyrics that are inspired or directly ripped from the show in here. Like, I'm glad that it's you. That's a direct link to when Vi had Jinx dead to rights and was about to end her, and Jinx was happy that it was Vi that was putting an end to her misery. Like, I like the little wordplay. I like the little things that Hala is doing here. Can we talk about the animation in this video real quick? Who did this? Who was the mad lad that put this together? It was Nikta. Okay, so Nikta, I love the fact that Nikta was able to turn the scenes from Arcane into like comic book panels and maintain the exceptionally vibrant use of colors. Like,
You've turned a leaf, yeah, I'm
like this entire section right here, that I believe that was in the show, and that basically was turned into a comic book panel. Same with
next. We'll show them all. Get out of my head! You're after me no matter.
there, like this brilliant piece of artwork right here. I don't know if this is actual artwork that was animated to move, or if this was a frame from the show that was animated to look like a piece of art. But like, this is just brilliant. Like, Nikta killed it with this.
What I do, dead memories, I'm just a stain to you. You've turned a leaf, yeah, I'm sorry too. Go on, just do it, I'm glad that it's you. It's too quiet watching our lives burn. Wrong side, wrong right, you're right. Full of lies, about time that the tide turned. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. It's too late. This cycle just won't break. You tired of talking to monsters you create? No, won't let it burn. Are things really getting better? Oh, it hurts. There are no happy endings. This and any world with you, no regretting choices. Oh, it hurts. Hoping for a happy ending.
I mentioned this, and I feel like I was mistaken when I mentioned this in DPS's Jinx song, where I said that that DPS's song felt almost cyberpunky, not steampunky. And one thing that Arcane definitely is kind of a hybrid of the two, but definitely leans more towards steampunk over cyberpunk. And I mentioned that DPS used a lot of like synth wavy elements, or rather, I should say, longest solo ever used a lot of synth wavy elements in the 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 music. And I didn't initially think it fit very well. I felt like the energy and the chaos felt fit well. But the more I listened to DPS's Jinx rap, the more I realized, no, based on the type of music that they put in Arcane, that kind of thing actually fits. And that leads me to what, like, this song here, because I didn't look at the credits, but I'm almost positive Hala created this. Yeah, Hala did all the music production. Hala is insane with her ability to do the music production on all of her tracks. Like, this is top tier, and anybody who says otherwise is lying. Okay, they don't know what they're talking about. It has a similar vibe to DPS's Jinx rap, in that it definitely has a more cyberpunky atmosphere, but with the chaos that goes on in Arcane and the songs that they select for the actual soundtrack, this fits so well. This is a very, very, like, thematically appropriate song for the thing of Arcane. So this is my official retraction to my original, like, oh, it sounds too cyberpunky. Like, no, it doesn't. Like, Arcane may be a steampunk setting, but like, the music that they chose for it, whether it be for their normal soundtrack or for the licensed music that they have incorporated into it, matches the vibe of this. This is exactly what you need an Arcane song to really sound like, honestly.
You don't need to feel guilty. Don't worry. Know what I have to do. I'm sorry. Wake up, hey, I'm a hero. Symbol of the movement. Do what I do, then I move them. Gotta say I'm made an improvement. Of course, yeah, I shoot, and of course, the weapons through them. Adding color to the gray playground, way down in the dark. Ready, bitten, don't fear, you're a bard. The people that you hate, afraid to stay and play your part. Staying hidden, let's share this spark.
The fact that it went from like a very somber, quiet, and remorseful sound right back into the immediate insanity, again, fits especially season 2 Jinx so well. Like, season 1 Jinx had that element at the end, like after she had been healed with Shimmer, and had managed to fully recover. She had that element of absolute insanity with the hint of she doesn't want to feel this way. She wants to not be insane. She feels bad about what she's doing to a certain extent, but she also does not feel fully remorseful about what she's doing, because nobody's been remorseful about what they did to her. Or if they have, she views it as a lie. In season 2, that's the main focus of her personality, in that she's starting to slowly recover. She's starting to she's starting to actually feel bad about like the things that she's doing. She is feeling grief. She is feeling remorse. I don't know if that's because of the death of Silco, if that triggered it. I'm not sure exactly how you would want to like view that, as to what was the catalyst to cause the change from being like psychopathic and angry and lashing out at the world to coming back to lucidity. I would imagine it was probably Silco. I would imagine, based on the way that Act 1 of Arcane Season 2 happened, it was probably the death of Silco, because he was kind of the stable ground that Jinx had. And once he was gone, once she accidentally killed him, it just came down to she needed to pick herself up and figure out how she was going to live on her own without his guidance, without his love, without his appreciation. And she did it in the best way she possibly could, and it managed to make her a stronger person in the end. So like that little section there where like it was sad and then immediately jumped back to the insanity, that the insanity, like the lyrics weren't her being insane anymore. The lyrics were her like she's now like lucid, but just as chaotic. But is the chaos an act? You know? That like that's something that I was asking myself when I was watching season 2 was at that point, is she acting insane because other people expect her to be? Or is she legitimately like fluctuating between sanity and reality? Because it felt throughout most of season 2 that she had recovered enough that she was no longer completely crazy. Like she was more almost putting on a show because of the fact that people expect her to be crazy. And I like how Hala decided to capture that in that section there, because that's how I was viewing her, especially from like Act 2 on, from the moment they met Warwick on. Like that's how I was imagining her, was that like she was still angry, she was still violent, she was still in many ways unhinged, but she wasn't completely crazy anymore. And when she did act crazy, it was an act. Like when she rescued all the what do you want to call them? The Jinxites, the Jinx followers. She tried to make a quip, and they reacted not like she was crazy. They accepted her. They saw her for who she was as a person, and she didn't really know how to process that. So yeah, I like how all the elements from both season, I know this says season 2 specifically, but I like how all the elements from season 1 and season 2 of Jinx's personality and the evolution of that character are being incorporated into this song. And Hall is just a master at that. Oh, Isha. She even included a section about Isha. That hurts. It's like I put on glasses, your little small reflex. It took undoing sadness to change, you were perfect. It's always me whether I pull the pin or not. Everybody leaves, but I'll stay with you when I'm gone. Oh my god. That was what we needed to wrap up Isha's like arc in Arcane, because aside from like making a like one specific comment in Act 3, Isha's death isn't ever mentioned or explored in any way, shape, or form. We see the aftermath of it. And like I said, we hear Jinx talk about her like one time without, I don't think, ever actually saying her name. But Isha's death basically is just swept under the rug in Act 3, which is, I think, one reason why people think Act 3 was rushed, is because there were a lot of ends that they were trying to tie up, and unfortunately, Isha's death just ended with her death. That little tribute right there in the middle of this song, or in the second third of this song, was what I feel like Act 3 should have had to tie up. I'm gonna get emotional here in a second. Is what they needed to tie up Isha's death. Like having Jinx in any way, shape, or form lament over the massive impact that Isha had to her recovery of her sanity. I feel like she was not given the proper farewell that she absolutely deserved. I like how this song broke down Act 1, 2, and 3 of Arcane Season 2 into different parts of the song and molded them perfectly, while at the same time also covering elements of Season 1. Like, that was such a brilliant design choice. I loved every second of that. And this was a perfect wrap up for like Jinx's story in Arcane Season 2. And I don't really know how Hala could have covered that better. She did a great job of basically summarizing all 9 episodes of season 2 into one song, while also honoring what went down in season 1. Like, that was just brilliant. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for joining me. I am ArcAlpha12, and I will see you in the next video.